If nothing happens, if the United States doesn't do anything, how much bigger can the cartels get? This is the question. What is going to happen to just this entire country?
This, if you have, and this is what, that's why you have a lot of conflicts happening in routes that are leading towards the border. The Sinaloa cartel operated in a very old-fashioned way. Don't shit where you eat was their politics for a long time. You saw a change in this when the brutality aspect and how just shit changed in Mexico. And they had a assassin. They had an assassin basically infiltrate the living circle of one of El Chapo's main guys, El Güero Palma. And he seduced his wife, killed her, and abducted his kids and threw them off a bridge and sent that video to El Güero Palma. And I think brutal shit had happened after that, before that, but I think that set off this. At some point, that whole war that happened, you start getting the element of the Zetas coming in, who were former special operator guys who basically said, like, we can start our own cartel, which a lot of them were Fort Bragg trained individuals or come work for us. So at some point, all of this started militarizing the conflict in Mexico. It went from gang against gang violence, which is like very reminiscent of some of the stuff that happened up here during the gang era, or some of the Al Capone era, shootouts between people. The Zetas changed the game. They started bringing in guerrilla warfare tactics into this realm. They started doing all of those torture videos and cartel execution videos. That comes from them. They realized that part of a guerrilla warfare campaign is propaganda, and how can you make propaganda of shooting a guy in a field?
Right, film it.
So they changed that game. They started realizing that it's one thing having a kid with like sneakers on the back of a truck with an AK whose dad was part of the organization and he brought his kid in. But it's probably a better idea to have militarized or paramilitary groups working with us, So they started getting these evolutions of ideas of what a criminal organization should be.